It's Faith-Filled Fridays, and today I want to tell you your blessing is on the cooling rack. Your blessing is on the cooling rack. I know you're probably wondering, she got a cooling rack with cookies on it. I want to illustrate to you and explain to you what God has been speaking to me. I was baking. I like to bake a whole lot, and I baked a whole lot during the holidays, and I was like, God, I'm sitting here baking, and I'm putting things on the cooling rack, and I'm putting things in and out of the oven, and I was just thinking about how God does that for us. God is the ultimate baker. God is the ultimate baker of what we ask for. He puts everything in the right ingredients and stirs it up and then puts it in the pan, and God puts it in the oven at the right temperature, and he bakes it and brings it out when it's ready and puts it on the cooling rack. So I'm here to tell you today that your blessing, what you've been asking for, your answer, your blessing, and the thing that you have been seeking God for is on the cooling rack. And the reason why I say it's on the cooling rack, because the cooling rack serves about 2 to 3 purposes. The cooling rack first allows you to take it off the pan and put it on so that it can begin to cool off quickly. Because see, if you go to reach for a cookie on a pan when you just take it out the oven, then it will burn you. So you have to put it on the cooling rack so it can cool off and that the air can get in and the cookie can become crisp. It also allows the food, whether it's a cake or cookies, to settle. So it allows all that hot heat to come in and settle. It settles out what you're baking. And that's what lets me know is your blessing is settling on the cooling rack. Your blessing is cooling off so it doesn't burn you. And he also, the reason why you don't leave your cookies, especially on the pan, is because if you leave your cookies on the pan, they'll begin to sweat and they'll begin to stick to the pan. So a cooling rack allows it to where it doesn't stick. You can just pick it right off. See, if you leave it on the cookie sheet, then you'll have to scrape it off. I'm here to tell you today that God's blessings don't burn you. God's blessings you won't have to scrape off, and God's blessings will be settled for your life. Because see, God's blessings are sweet to your spirit. God's blessings are sweet to your soul. God's blessings are sweet for your life. So I'm here to tell you that He has baked you some treats. He has baked you some blessings. You may have been asking God for some jobs or for people to come in your life, or relationships, or restoration, or healing, or even some people are praying for children to come, or anything that you're asking God for. I'm here to tell you today it's on the cooling rack to go get your blessing and to pick it up, and it won't burn you, and you don't have to scrape it off. Look at how easy I'm picking up these cookies. Look at how easy it is to keep coming back. I'm here to tell you today that God is going to allow you to keep coming back to the cooling rack because He has your blessings there waiting on you. So just know it's on the cooling rack. When the enemy tries to creep up in your head and tell you it's not coming, it's on the cooling rack. You tell the devil it's on the cooling rack. God has already baked it. It's already ready. He's just allowing it to settle so that it won't burn me and that I won't have to scrape it off, because everything that God has for you is effortless. You just have to pick it up and enjoy it and taste it and consume it and devour it and understand that it's sweet for your soul, spirit, and it is sweet for you. I hope you were blessed by this message. I'll see you next week. I decree and declare abundance and favor over your life. Remember, tell people your blessing is on the cooling rack. Be blessed.